Hi, welcome to On the Creative Road. I'm Brenda Harris, and this is day 3 of 30 Days of Art warm-ups. And today we're going to continue some silly work. And I just want to remind you that these are just warm-ups. So I wear many hats throughout the day. I'm a mom, I work from home, I'm constantly switching gears. Before I start a project, especially a creative project like a painting or I'm finalizing some art for a children's book, I think it's great to just do something silly. So that's what this is about. That's what a warm-up is. It's like starting the engine before going on a long trip. And I just want to make sure I make that clear because this might not be something you want to share on social media. It might not be something that you care to show anyone. Maybe you tear it up and throw it away. Maybe you collect it and kind of see what happens. Maybe it becomes something else. Who knows? But either way, it's fun. Today, we're going to be doing a continual line drawing. Okay, so we're gonna put whatever tool you're using, whether it's a pencil or a colored pencil or a marker. I might use a marker today just because I feel like a marker is permanent. I happen to have this blue Sharpie marker nearby and I'm gonna use that because then I know I can't erase it. I know I can't go back. It's just gonna be what it is. And once I put my pen down, I'm gonna draw a drawing. I'm gonna time myself for a minute. So I gotta think fast, and it's just gonna be a quick brain exercise just to kind of get loaded, get ready, and do something fun. All right, let's go. All right, so here we go. So I have here, I have a thicker sheet of paper because I'm using a permanent marker and I'm not sure if it's gonna go through. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my timer and I'm gonna set a timer. The first one I'm gonna do is for a minute. And I'm just gonna do a face. And I'm gonna do it with one line. I'm never gonna lift up my marker here and we'll see what I get. We'll see if I get something that resembles a face. So let's see. So I'm going to start with the nose. And the eyes. I'm not going to lift up my piece of paper. And I'm thinking eyebrows and cheeks. And cheeks. Eyebrows again. Maybe that center eyeball thing. The pupil. Come back over here and do the eyeball and pupil, maybe eyelid. I'm gonna come over here and do more of a forehead. Wow, I can't believe I ran out of time to do a mouth. Okay. My face. That was fun. That was really interesting. I'm gonna try that again. All right, I'm gonna leave that one there. And let's do another face. So I'm gonna do another 1 minute timer. Turn that so it's the right way. All right, let's do another face. Start with the nose. I liked how I started with the nose, and I liked how I started with the eye socket. It's not really even, but I do like going over the lines that I had before. It's really hard not to pick up the pen. I feel like my brain very much wants to pick up the pen. And do the forehead and the chin, maybe some ears, maybe some hair. This looks wild. I'm gonna do a mouth. Am I cheating? Maybe a little bit. So these are the two face continual line drawings I did. I'm curious to try a landscape. So I did faces. This is a longer face. This is kind of a shorter face. The hair cracks me up. That's funny. And now I'm gonna try to do a landscape with just continual line. So I'm gonna start the minute. Okay, try a horizon line. Maybe some smaller mountains, some bigger mountains. Thinking like lines going down this way. Have not picked up my pen. It's very strange not to pick up my pen, but that's the challenge. I'm doing a little cloud now. Maybe another cloud here. And a little cloud here. And that's just a continual line. Landscape. Do you see the mountains? I was thinking like this is very Colorado, I guess, because I was thinking the right is like farmland, plains, and then the left is like more trees. All right, so there's that. I want to grab one more, and I'm going to time myself a minute, and I'm going to do a drawing, but now I'm not going to do, I kind of like when I do something silly like that, where I'm forcing my brain, the whole time my brain's like, don't pick up the line, don't pick up the line. So it adds that element of like, you're trying to focus really hard. So now I'm curious if I lift that one rule up and I say, okay, I can just draw however I want now. I wonder how these drawings inform my, I guess you could say, normal drawing, my regular drawing. So let's try it out. I'm gonna do a minute and see how, now that I've taken out that rule, what that's gonna look like. Okay, so I kind of like the triangle nose, actually. That's something that I don't normally do. You can already see me kind of trying to control my line. I like how I immediately went in for more details. You know, my brain was like, okay, I need a mouth, I need the nose, I need the eyes. And what I would have done is I was gonna come in and do some eyebrows and probably do some little some eyelashes. See, sometimes all you need is just a little prompt, and then your brain goes into its own little world. Funny how I kind of drew more of a girl this last time, and then I had these guys look more like masculine, and this one became more feminine, and I cheated and added more time on this one, but you know. All right. one more piece of paper that kind of tore here. All right, let's see. So we did this continual line guy. We did this continual line guy. We did this landscape. And now I'm gonna try to do a flower, more like a peony. All right, let's start the timer. I'm not gonna lift my pen. I like this idea of crossing over lines that I've already done. You know, usually I'm very careful not to cross over things that I've done, but in this case, since I'm not lifting my pen, I'm kind of using that to my advantage. And it also forces me to do some different shapes I wouldn't normally do because I'm going into my negative space, kind of. I feel like if I drew in one more, like somebody turn off that timer and it's me. It's me. I'm the one that has to turn off. I feel like I would add some rogue little petals coming off the edge here. Is all I would do, and then have like that thick stem. I don't mind that one. I would color that one in. That's cute. Maybe I'd have another. I ended up really liking that one. So there you go. I've got my continual line flower, my continual line landscape, my continual line faces, and now I'm ready to start a longer project. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for the next warm-up.